We live in a world where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should.
My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit MrsDanielleDeVita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today. Mrs. Danielle DeVita back with another video. I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. So a lot of times people are not getting the value. When to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive, thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, he's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter if you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making. Now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't. Welcome to another live with Mrs. Danielle DeVita. I am Danielle DeVita. I am a relationship and femininity coach, and my goal is to help you find the person that you deserve. If you didn't know, I do have a book that's out. I have 3 books that I will be doing, and it's all in regards to relationship. The first book that's out is for men exclusively. So if you are a teenage boy or a man, this book would be great for you. So if you want to get my book, you can go to my website. At the bottom of the screen, you will see a website, MrsDanielle.com. You can go there and you can get my book. If you want to know what the name of the book is called, it's called Command Respect from the Woman You Want. It's a quick guide. It's a very quick read. So you'll be able to get this book and get some tips on how a woman can respect you. Because a lot of times men do think that the best way to get respect from a woman is to play these games and tricks and things like that. But I'm saying this is the best way to get, it's almost like a vetting tool. It's you getting a woman that's right for you, and you're getting this woman to also respect you. And this would be a great book for you. But don't think that I forgot about you women. I do have a book that's coming out. It's still in the process of getting finished up. I have some finishing touches, and it's called Girl, Go Get Your Husband. That's for women. The other book is for teenage girls, and it's called Boy Bye. So those books will be out coming into the spring. And I'll let you know when the details come for those, for you to be able to get those books. So again, Boy Bye and Girl, Go Get Your Husband. Those books will be coming out. The book that's out now is Command Respect from the Woman You Want. Now, there's a number at the bottom of your screen. If you want to join in on the conversation, you can. 813-816-1813. Right? But if you want to get on camera, you can do so. I'll go ahead and put a link here in the chat so you'll be able to join. Let me put that. Join the conversation on camera. Just make sure your camera ready, because a lot of people come with bonnets, so they're not fully clothed and things like that. Make sure your camera ready. Let's see. Join the conversation on camera by clicking on that link that's in the chat. Okay, so again, you got phone, you got camera, or you can just put some comments in the chat. You can do that. I do have let's see, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It is free to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and follow me. If you like TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, you can follow me on those. So I have content on those. Most of my content is streamlined. I do have a podcast channel that I do post on those. It's on Anchor FM. You can also get them on other major platforms as well. It's called Feminine Energy with Danielle DeVita. So I always talk about relationships and saying that one of the main reasons why people are not getting the person that they deserve to be with or that they want to be with is because they're in relationships longer than they need to be in, both men and women. this person's not best for you, but you still remain in that relationship. So you're missing out on your blessing. And that's part of vetting. If you're in the wrong relationships, it's because you don't know what to vet. What are red flags and what are not? So we're going to talk about red flags today. Again, the other biggest thing is a woman is not, resting in her femininity. A man is not reclaiming his masculinity, because we live in a world today that we say men are sassy when they are being masculine. Of course, there's some ways that people can be unhealthy in how they act and react to things, but I don't think that to me, that has to do with their behavior, right? Because if a woman is misbehaving, you won't say, or using her body as an object, you won't say that's toxic femininity, right? So I like to say masculinity and femininity is separate from behaviors. So if you're exhibiting certain behaviors, sometimes women can exhibit masculine behaviors, men can exhibit feminine behaviors. But when you're doing things in a toxic way, it's not because of masculinity and femininity. It's because you're not exhibiting the behaviors in a healthy way. Maybe you haven't learned how to exhibit certain proper behaviors, how to communicate and how to do things. All right. So we want both men and women to get on their journey, whether it's your femininity journey as a woman or your masculine journey as a man. So you definitely want to make sure you're in those things. That's going to also help you a long way in a relationship, because part of the vetting tool is we, as women, we want men who are stepping in their masculine role, and men want women who are stepping in their femininity role. And as you're doing that, there's a vetting process. So we're going to talk about red flags. I try not to talk about the negativity of men. I think propaganda and social media already does that. So I like to talk about the positivity of men and what you can get out the man you want. Same thing, with men. I don't want to talk about all the wrong things with women. We have enough channels doing that. If you pick out all the things that you don't like, then you're not looking at what you should look for in a man or a woman. If you find what you should look for, the vetting options will be better, because it's easy for you to weed people out without even wasting time on a date. If you know you want A, B, and C, some of these things you can see right out the gate, even prior to the date. So let's look at a video. We're going to talk about a woman who is looking at a man who has green flags, and someone is saying, no, that's a red flag. I think I've done a quick video where a guy was saying, hey, I'm 35 and I don't have children because I want to make sure I'm in a relationship with the proper person. And she said, that's a red flag. Men your age should be having children. But again, a lot of women don't know what red flags are. You have someone say that's a red flag if you don't have children by this time. No, it's a red flag to have children by people who you can't stand, or you don't want to be in a healthy relationship with them, but you're just creating children. Because I believe that in creating children is a legacy. So if you don't feel that the person that you're having that child with is part of that legacy, why are you having children with them? As a man, you should protect your seed. As a woman, you should protect your womb. If the person that helped you create that child isn't worthy of this legacy, if that woman's not worth your last name, why are you guys having children? That's a red flag, to have children despite the fact that you don't like this person, despite the fact that you don't know this person, despite the fact that you don't believe in their standards, you don't respect them. Those are red flags. So let's take a look at this video here, and then I'll play it and then get back to you. Let's see here.
Tell me more about yourself.
So for starters, I cook.
Okay, chef.
My mama raised me right, so I clean.
Okay.
And I am extremely loyal, if I do say so myself. I appreciate the same, My friend group is not full of guys that just want, and... Oh no, you... Focus right here, I got what you need, Listen, I like to travel. I'm well-traveled. I'm well-cultured. Listen...
you know what? You're great. You're so good. But I'll go.
I would... See? That's what the problem is. You don't see what's good right in front of you.
So I think that video is quite funny, because a lot of times women see good dudes right in front of them and they say, oh, well, you are too good to be true, or I'm going to wait till the other shoe drops, right? Because all men can't be that great, or, something must be wrong with you. There got to be something wrong with you. And a lot of times women don't even have it all together, but they're looking for the perfect man, but they're not perfect, right? It's okay for people to accept you, flaws and all, but the person you want to be with has to be perfect, 10 out of 10, right? But, you have people that say, oh, that guy, he's corny, he's boring. You don't want to be with that guy. While, although he makes 6 figures, no, you don't want to be with that guy. He's going to be boring. No, you want to be with that guy. He's a stick in the mud. Oh, no. Oh, he doesn't drink. Oh, he doesn't smoke. Oh, he's a stickler. We do have a lot of women that won't be with those guys because they think that they are too rigid, they're too straight-laced, and they say, but this guy is entertaining, this guy likes to live on the edge, and I like that, I like this bad boy. And we overlook the good guy to get with this guy who means us no well. So let's talk about what red flags are, because I often talk about the guy you should be with. I'm going to talk about the guys who have red flags. So if a guy comes to you and he's calling you out your name, so anything that's inappropriate, anything that's sexual, anything that, and he doesn't know you, but he's getting too familiar with you, that's a red flag. He's too comfortable with you to call you all these names, to make whether it's calling you out your name in a bad way or in a sexualized way. You don't want that. You want someone who's going to be respectful. First impressions are lasting impressions. If he doesn't know you as well and he's trying to make a good impression and he does that, that is a red flag. I would say another red flag is a guy who is disrespectful. Women are sometimes with guys and the guy is talking to you in a manner that's rude, disrespectful. He's barking orders. Maybe he's not even doing it to you, but you see him disrespecting other people. You don't want to be with someone like that. You want someone that knows how to control their temper. You want someone that is just in general respectful. Now, I say that the best way for a masculine man to show his disapproval of something is not to be disrespectful, but to walk away from that behavior. I know firsthand, if my husband feels disrespected, he will let you know straight up and he will walk away. Or he would say, hey, you can come correct. If we want to continue this conversation, you come correct, right? And a lot of times we think that, oh, he's, puffing and puffing and this and that's masculine. No, this man knows he's cool, calm, and collected. You kind of watch the TV shows and the movies where, and I'll give you an example, things that you guys watch often. Power. So you have Ghost, it's someone who knows how to control his temper. And then you have Tommy, who he's hot-headed. So sometimes people want to be with a hot-headed dude. But sometimes the dude who has time to cool his head, he's a thinker, right? And you want to be with someone who's intelligent in that way. A lot of people think, oh, it's cool to be, a hot-headed guy, but those guys are impulsive. It is good to be with someone who thinks things through. He takes his time, he's calm, and then he makes decisions based off of a cool head. And that's the kind of guy you want to be with. But you do want to be with a guy who's going to stand up for himself. So if he may say how he feels and then walks away. But being disrespectful, same for you. If you're being rude and disrespectful, that's a red flag on your part. So that same thing, a red flag on a man's part. So both men and women, if that person is rude and disrespectful either to you or to others, that's a red flag. And like I said, people who are over thirsty and calling out your name or just over sexualize the situation, both men and women. If a woman, most time it'll be men on that part, but for women, it'll be if she's out the gate asking you things monetary wise and doesn't know you, that's a red flag. I would say another red flag would be a person who does not want to have conversation with you. Like they just met you, but they don't want to have conversations. They don't want to have meaningful conversations as far as getting to know the person. Who you are. They don't want to deep dive into, okay, well, who you are. Well, let me ask questions about you. They're mysterious. They are private. They are like to be somewhat aloof. And you don't want that, because that means that person is not, they are emotionally unavailable. That's a red flag. If it's only a red flag, of course, if you're looking for something serious, if you're looking to be in a exclusive, committed relationship. People who are aloof means that they are trying to purposely detach because they don't want to catch feelings. And for you to not understand that can really put a damper on your relationship when you think it's going one way and it's really going another. Another red flag is, you know, the person who does not want to have quality time with you. So maybe they're okay with talking to you once a week. But when you say, well, let's go out on a date instead of at home, let's go here, let's go there, let's talk on the phone more, let's FaceTime more. But they don't want to do that. All they want to do is to stay home or Netflix and chill. If that's all they want to do, then that's a red flag. Again, if you're looking for a relationship, not a hookup. If you want to hook up and it's casual and you're both okay with that, then nothing's wrong with that. But if you're both, and of course, on this channel, we don't dabble in situationships and we don't dabble in hookups. We want commitment. We want serious relationships. We want a traditional relationship. So another red flag is someone who has an opposite view of relationships and marriage than you. A person doesn't want to get married. A person does not want a serious relationship, or they don't believe in a traditional relationship. They believe in 50-50, but you believe in traditional. They believe in the modern man and woman independent thing, and you don't. You don't want to be in someone, and you don't want to be with someone in that type of relationship, because there's going to be conflict. There's going to be arguments often because you guys are at odds. There's no meeting of the minds, right? You want one thing, they want another. And if you try to make that relationship work, the more this guy is trying to be the leader and you're saying, I'm not trying to do that, or the more you're trying to be this independent woman, and he's going to feel like, well, what am I here for? So at some point you're going to clash. If he never wants to get married and you do, or you never want to get married and he does, it's going to clash, right? And that's part of the whole, I want something serious, I don't. I want children, and you don't. Now, if you guys are both iffy on it, then you guys can work that through. But when there's defined things of what you want and you guys are opposite, then it will be a red flag in a relationship. People try to make relationships work all the time, but it's not to say that there won't be issues in the relationship. You could try to push through and say, well, if he doesn't want marriage, I don't either. Title doesn't matter. I don't care. But at some point, you're going to resent him. At some point, new situations that are going to arise, and that's going to be at the surface. That's going to be the foundation, and then he's just going to pile up on top. You're mad at him really for this, but other things will tick you off more because you're really mad at the root, but you won't talk about this because you said it was okay that we don't ever get married or we don't ever have kids. But later on, it is going to add on, and then resentment will be there. Resentment will set in. So a lot of times people say, well, we stayed married, but there's a lot of people in relationships that's been married for years. They'll be married for 18 years and say that I was never happy in that marriage. Do you want that? Do you want a relationship where you spent 2-3 decades and was never happy? My goal is to help create happy, healthy, and cohesive families. There's a bond, a happy bond. You love the person that you're with, and you love the father or the mother, the spouse that they are. And you love that the standards that they have, the values that they have. You love these things because that's part of why you respect your person that you're with. So again, look for red flags, starting with foundational things. First, what is it that you want out of a relationship? If they want the opposite, if you want respect and they're not giving it, you want integrity, they're not giving it. You time and emotional availability, and they don't want that. These are red flags. All these are or red flags and things that are inconsistent with your standards and values, and things that are deal breakers are all red flags. So the foundation, how you view life, in others, how you treat and love others is different from the other person. When I say different, is you view the world, you view yourself differently. If I view the world as, I'm going to treat everyone with respect, and this person lives by the opposite motto. If I believe in loyalty and morality, and they are immoral or amoral, right? And they don't believe in family. They don't believe in, treating people with respect. They literally do the opposite. And they don't have integrity. They don't believe in loyalty. They're like thieving and dishonest. These things won't work because you guys are polar opposites. Now, polar opposites and preferences are different than polar opposite at standards and foundational things of how you view the world, how you view others, how you view marriages and relationships. And the reason why is because someone could love rap and the other person could love country music. Those are opposite, in some ways. So you can try to find similarities with them, of course. But and the best, the best opposite would be someone likes opera and classical and the other person likes rap. Okay, they're opposite, but that doesn't mean that the person can't work well together, because those are just preferences. That's just how they like music, not how they view the world, not how they view themselves, not how they, their political views, not their standards, their values. Those are different. All right. You can still sleep with someone, have children, and love, and have a beautiful marriage with someone who likes opera and you like rap, than someone who has extreme political views and you're the opposite. Or someone have, they don't view themselves with love. They don't have self-respect. They are insecure and you're highly secure in yourself. That's going to be hard. Maybe you're faith-based and they're the opposite. Maybe you want marriage and they don't. They despise marriage and children and things, and you love that. That's going to create a conflict. So things that create a serious conflict are things that would be red flags. All right, so my time is almost up, but if you do want to have a comment, definitely go ahead and put that in. Like I said, you can click on the link to join, or you can call the number on the bottom of your screen. Don't forget, I do have a book that's out now. Go ahead and get that book. It's only $7.50. All right. And you'll get a lot for that value. A lot. Because $7.50 is not a lot at all. But you will definitely get a lot. If you're a woman and you're like, hey, I still want to know about this book, even though it's for men, I think if you read it, you'll see this is the kind of man you want to be with. The man who is doing these things, right? The proper things. So if you read the book, you'll see what I'm talking about. But again, command respect from the woman you want. So the man who is doing these certain things to get that respect, that's the kind of man that you want. And if you want to be that man and reclaim your masculinity, this book will be great for you. If you're already doing these things, great. This might just be a refresher for you. All right. So again, please go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Go ahead and follow me. I appreciate you guys watching my content often. I'll have some more videos that's up. And for those who are watching me from the Philip Scott Show, I'll be putting some more videos out over there. So hopefully you see me soon on that channel as well. But again, thank you so much. And I'm going to call it a night. You all take care.
Femininity Perk 101. So a lot of times women say that you can't afford me. And if you want to be a feminine woman, realize that you are not an escort. And committed relationships ought not to be transactional. As you rest in your femininity and learn your worth, you will realize that the men you are with should see you as invaluable and priceless like no other. And yes, you can have shopping sprees, 5-star dinners, and trips, but those things won't make you different and won't set you apart. Things that are priceless and invaluable, money can't buy. Money can't buy peace in a relationship. Money can't buy your love. Money can't buy your joy, your joyful spirit. It cannot buy your gentleness, kindness, your self-control is in controlling your emotions and how your responses to things. your personality, your attitude or mindset as a whole. If you notice, these are also fruit of the Spirit from the Bible, right? If you're looking to be a Proverbs 31 woman, you definitely want to make sure you have these. So if you're having talking points of you can't afford me, realize that these are talking points of a basic chick or a modern woman. You want to be different. So get on your feminine journey today. You can also visit MrsDanielleDeVita.com or visit me on other social media platforms.